Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope you are good. I am good. Let me wait for a couple of people to join me. Um, I yeah, I just came from work and I thought to jump in here before I get busy. Before yeah, before I get too busy. Let me see if anybody's going to join me here. Yeah, I am really trying to grow this channel. Like, YouTube is the hardest channel to grow, honestly, in my opinion. It's been hard. I have tried. Eesh, I have tried. Mm, I have tried. I have tried. I I have tried. But it is what it is. It is what it is. What can we say? Yeah. Otherwise, how are you all doing today? I am good. I have put a title there. I asked. I think it's from yesterday. So I did a live yesterday, and looks like because I was walking, the internet kept coming on and off, and I realized that the back end of the live did not show or did not play because when I went back to watch, it was just a part of it. It was more than 6 minutes for sure. So I saw that it was only 5 minutes and 51 seconds, but I know it was about like 10 minutes or more. So definitely part of the live was cut out. So that's why I thought to come back today and so we can finish on that conversation. Here I'm just drinking some ginger, boiled ginger, and then I squeezed in some lemon. I'm just adding some honey, just some local honey, and yeah, that will be my tea for the day. Really trying to reduce on the milk, but it's hard. So today I have a link. If you can comment, I have a link so we can just, talk. Hi, welcome to the live. I have a link that I can post here, but if you could comment, and I can add the link. How do I add it? I just wanted us to talk about being purposeful. What is your purpose? I was talking about that yesterday, and I think I lost the connection. So if you could comment, if you can see me, if you can put your thumbs up or something, let's make this chat more engaging. And yeah, hi, 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 hi. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. So I was saying this is just ginger, lemon, and some honey. Mm, that's my tea. I boiled some lemon. So the topic here is um, to be purposeful. What am I making? I'm not making anything today. I'm just, we are having a small chat here about how to be purposeful. And let me see, how do I live chat? All messages are visible. Okay, some messages. All right, so all the messages are visible. Does anybody want to come live with me? I can see you. You can see me. Can you hear me loud and clear? Yes. You can hear me loud and clear, right? So I'm not making anything. I was just saying this is ginger and honey. That's what I'm drinking for my tea today. Um, and it's interesting how it managed to change the color. So it's a lot of ginger and honey. I had boiled it during the day, put it in the fridge so it's nice and cool. So refreshing. Yeah. So you believe in God? Of course I do believe in God. Yes, I do. So I think you're saying that your purpose is to believe in God, or what are you saying? Does anybody want to come live? If you want to come live, I can bring you live. Yes, you do. Christopher, you want to join me on the live? Yes. So Christopher, let's see. Add moderator, pin message, remove. Yeah, Christopher, how do I? Goodness, I'm I'm not so good on this um app. That's why I'm learning. But I'm trying. Oh, okay, okay. I see add. Okay, so I see copy link. I have copied the link, but how do I add it here? Because I really wanted to bring somebody. Put user in timeout, hide user, add as moderator, remove pin message. How do I add somebody? Sorry, I don't make videos on this profile. Okay, okay, I guess maybe you're saying no. So anyway, my purpose for coming here today is yesterday I was talking about being purposeful. Um, Part of the video that I did yesterday, I think it got cut off. I was saying I visited a house on the weekend, 2 weekends back. It was a birthday, and it was a $6 million home in the US. So calculate it to the currency of your country, and just imagine $6 million home. Okay? And the thing that really struck for me about that home was that this guy was so organized. Everything had a home. Everything in his house had a home. From the pantry to like the living room to the garage, everything had a home. Everything was in its place. There was not one thing that was out of place. He had a home for every little thing. And not only like in containers and put away, but labeled. Labeled. Everything had a label. If it's like, you have the rice, it's rice. If it's the spices, each spice. If it's to even like the paper plates had a home, the paper cups had a home. Everything was very well organized. And it got me thinking of how, like if you purpose to, be organized, like to me, that was a challenge. And I don't know if some of you are like me, where you like to like learn when you see something you like, you're like, you know what, I will do that again. I will try. That's what for me, it made me feel that, you know what, I need to organize my, my surrounding better, my house, my classroom, my anything. I need to organize. And I know like you cannot create or make a plan without, having a vision. I know like most of us did vision boards in the beginning of the year, but are you coming back to that vision and looking back and saying, this is how far I have come? Or having a plan for the day, So I got so challenged, honestly. That's crazy, right? It's crazy. Everything to the garage, every little thing in that house had a place. All right, so when we got to like we were doing a house tour, when we got to the garage, this guy had what car was it? I wish I could show you a picture, but I'm using the phone that has the picture. He had a 2024, I think it was not a Bentley, but one of these really expensive cars. And I was like, this guy is filthy rich. But you cannot even see, like, he's not braggadocious. He's not like bragging or, a show off. No, very down to earth. He you know how like some people are very, you can imagine walking into a $6 million home. Everything is pricey in that house, but nothing was cluttered. There was no clutter. There was a lot of organization, and the air just felt so fresh. You can imagine it was most houses in America like plywood, you know, like wooden, but that house was stone. Even the floor was all stone, just so beautiful. I I wish, you know how because of privacy you cannot just go into somebody's house and taking pictures and doing videos, but my goodness, that house was, you know, like I know I had a vision of like my dream home, but I'm like, scratch that. I I need to go back to my drawing board and be like, this is how my dream home should look like. But part of it is being purposeful in even organizing, you know, and it got me thinking how this person is not only a millionaire in America, but he's there because he has a plan. In everything that they are doing, they are very organized. And you know, with organization comes a lot of like you have a list. You're listing what you need to do, and you're checking them out. You're not easily distracted. You are purposeful. You are, you know, having a goal of what you're doing. So yeah, I was really motivated. I was like, man, no wonder some people are where they are because of having a plan. Not that we are not there. Let me say I am not there. Not because I don't have a plan, but maybe because I get easily distracted. Maybe I start on something, and by the time I'm coming to finish it, I have wasted so much time. If honestly, if I stayed to really focus on my goal, that was like in high school, whatever goal I had for myself, for, you know, college, if I stayed in my goal for after I had finished my teaching practice, or my, you know, my not teaching practice but my internship, if I had like stayed on course, I know I could really be very, very far. How are you? Ketchup, commas. I don't understand. I didn't understand that question. Ed Mar. Commas. I don't know what you're saying about ketchup. I'm gonna leave now. Bye. Oh, somebody left. Um, and Alcine, did you know why Spanish language did originate from Spain, and what English is separate language developed in the UK, known as Britain, which is, yeah, of course, English developed from Britain. I mean, that's, yeah. Then I don't know how Americans and Britons like separated in the English, because the American English and the British English are like, they want to define so many things: kilograms, pounds, uh, what is it called? Here we talk about ounces. UK is liters. So like this is 20 fluid ounces, but in the UK it's like what, 2 cups? Cups. I don't know. I don't know where they differ. But back to my point. How are you? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Huh? What? Oh my goodness. I don't know. Enged Emar? Edmar? I don't know what you're saying, friend. But I love everybody. If you hate somebody, it's you hating, but love is free, one and for all. So, anyway, my goal here was to talk about being purposeful, purposing to do that which, um, you know, God has enabled us to be and to do. Part of being purposeful is, I was giving an example of that millionaire that I went to their home, $6 million home. and this guy can easily has bought almost like $100,000 cars for cash. Is very, very well off. And I know that uh, part of being purposeful is doing that which you are purposing yourself to do, sticking to your goal and making sure you're doing that which you are envisioning yourself to do. So part of being purposeful is not, being easily distracted. Like, for example, I can give an example of right now on the chart. I'm talking about being purposeful, but somebody else is typing something totally different. Like, you're not being purposeful, because I have put a topic for what this life is all about. But if somebody comes out here and I'm looking at the comment and then I get distracted, that's not the purpose for this live today. My purpose is to share my experience. Like I said, being purposeful is sticking to what the goal is. There are so many distractions, especially in the world now. Like you click on your phone and a notification is coming. You open a book and then you remember, oh, I needed to do this. You sit down to eat and then you remember, oh, I haven't done this. There are so many distractions. And I like, really, just part of being purposeful is also learning to just quiet your mind, so that when you are sitting to do something, you are on track. You're being purposeful in what you're doing, not being easily distracted, and not being, easily taken away from your course. It is staying on course. And my goal here today is to remind me and to remind you that you can be purposeful. You can really try and stay on course, but it's also by deciding to have a plan. Having a plan is having no plan, and having no plan is planning to fail. So you have to have a plan. You cannot just wake up and decide, you know what, today I'll do whatever the day brings. That's not having a purpose. That's not having a plan. How are you going to, go by a day and not have a plan? If you're planning, for example, to get a job and you're not writing your resume or making sure you're getting the courses that are going to enable you to get the job that you want, are you ever going to get that job? No. So if you're planning to get a job, for example, it's to align yourself to where you know that, you know what, I need a resume check. I need references check. I need to get my transcripts. I need to get this check. I need, you're having a plan of how to get a job. You cannot just say, oh, getting a job is praying. Praying is good, but praying is, you have to have an action. And the action is, even after you pray, you're like, you know what, God, you have helped me be strong enough, but now I'm planning to get a job. How do I get that job? I'm planning to go back to school. How do I get back to school? I'm planning on, for example, getting married. How are you going to get married if you're not dating? How are you going to be dating if you stay at home and you're not putting yourself out there in maybe the, social gatherings, church, and whatnot? So you always have to have a plan in life. That's my point here. That we have to be purpose driven people. You can just wake up and be like, oh, happy go lucky, like, oh, you know what, whatever happens, oh, that's fine. No. Settling for the bare minimum, you know? And honestly, I have lived in America for now over a good amount of time. I would say it's at least over 7 years. I've been in the US. And the US is very interesting. I don't know if where you're watching me from. Please let me know where you're watching me from. Comment down below and let me know where you're watching me from, so that we can be more engaging. I really want to have, a connection with my YouTube family. Uh, where are you watching me from? Let me know. Hello, where are you watching me from? Like I said, I am in the US, and the question that I have here today is how do you attain your purpose in life? Q&A. Okay, try it. Q&A. Least answer. Least favorite chore. All right, Q&A there. What is your least favorite chore? Let's put it down here. What is your least favorite chore? What is your least favorite chore? For me, my least favorite chore is hmm, least favorite chore. Uh, I think doing dishes after they have stayed for so long. I like to do dishes immediately. Once we're done, finish up and then rest. I don't like to do dishes after they've stayed for so long and then the food like sticks on the plate. But yeah, what is the purpose? What is your purpose? I don't know why people are coming and leaving, but I guess it's what lives are all about. I do the same thing. Scroll next, next, next. How are you today? Welcome to the live. Um, welcome to the live. I am asking a very simple, how my topic for today is how to be purposeful, how to stay on course. And yeah, in the kitchen, I was making some, what was I making? I like to boil, um, I have boiling some pineapples. I don't know if you guys have ever drunk pineapple juice, pineapple, the rind, the skin of the pineapple. Once you cut, wash the pineapple properly and then cut it and then let it boil. So I have pineapples boiling with, I put cinnamon sticks, pounded some cinnamon sticks and put it in there. Yeah, so that will be my tea. This is ginger tea. So these days I've been trying to do a lot of like those holistic, you know, teas just to supplement on like the tea with milk. So part of me being purposeful with like how I'm eating is making sure that whatever I'm eating is one giving me the energy that I need, giving me the nutrition that I need, not just eating for the sake of eating, but being a purposeful eater too. I'm a foodie. I don't know how many are like me. I love food. Like, I love cooking and I love eating. So I have to be very, very careful in how I eat. Otherwise, yeah, the pounds can just be packing. We know that, right? hmm So, yeah. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. So let me know, what is your purpose and how do you um, plan to be intentional? hmm How do you plan to be intentional? Hello, welcome, welcome. Ah, I don't know why some people are so yeah, but it is what it is. It's life, right? Yeah. So part of the other thing is part of me being purposeful is always writing down what my goals are. Um, what are my goals? What goals do I have for the day? What goals do I have that I need to do or that I have already done and that I can improve on, you know? Um, I know one of the biggest disadvantage for like one attaining their purpose is just being in the wrong company. You know, wrong company corrupts what? Good morals. If you're in the wrong company, if you are in the wrong group of maybe like friends or wrong group of people, then it really like, it sucks out the energy. So part of us being purposeful is making sure we are very intentional in our relationships. Pick relationships that are serving you. If a relationship is not serving you, adios, ciao, bye. You don't have to be friends with people if they are not serving your purpose. If, for example, you're trying to avoid alcohol, and then all your friends are very alcoholic, then with time you might fall back again. But if you have friends that are encouraging you in, for example, your journey in trying to improve, then of course they're going to help you. So part of the, like, life is not about just being friends with each and everybody. You can be friends with so many people, but is the relationship serving you? Are those friends the friends that are holding your hand, helping you grow? If it's people who are not helping you grow, then they don't have to be your friend. Isn't that true though? Comment down below and let me know. Is it true that when you are friends with people who are not of the morals, of the character that you are, um, most likely they might, make you less, like less able to attain your goal. So be very intentional in your relationship. Don't just be friends with everybody, every Jane, Mary, Tom. You cannot be friends with everybody. Pick your friends. Pick friends who are helping you grow in life. If say for example, for me, I can give an example of when I got my daughter, I ended up resonating towards people who were more intentional in being, helping me raise her. I wouldn't be friends with people who just want to, their work is just, oh, let's go out, let's go out, let's go out, let's like you cannot keep partying when you're a parent and a new parent for that. You know, you have to be purposeful in deciding, you know what, I have this child to raise, and once in a while maybe I can step out and go have some fun, but for the most part, it's to raise this child. So if my goal was to be the best mom that I could be, then I had to surround myself with moms with of the same, same goal, same value. I had to purposefully choose to be around people who we could help each other babysitting, who we could help each other in, uh, you know, for anything. So it's not to be, it's not to be, uh, it's not to be where you're just having no purpose, you know? And please comment down below and let me know. Am I saying something that's making sense to you? Like, we have to always be purposeful people. I don't know why, like I said, from the time I think like this weekend, last weekend, and the weekend before that, I have been around people who are really making me like my mindset changing on how life is. Like I feel like I have accepted bare minimum. I don't know how many people are like that. Accepting bare minimum in terms of I have a good job, I have good family, and then it's like, I'm comfortable. But it's like There's more. Why am I not the person who's owning that $6 million home? Why is it not me? Why is it that I'm not the one driving that Bentley or driving that Ferrari or driving that, you know, expensive car? Why is it not me? Is it that I am less able? I don't think so. But I feel like it's because my goal has changed, where you can be more purposeful. I can be more purposeful. I can be more purposeful in um, the people I'm around, and purposeful in learning things that I'm afraid of learning. I don't know how many people, like, how many of us have seen the cursive AI thing advertised? How to learn cursive, how to learn AI. How many of us have really like jumped onto that? I remember seeing it from last year. The whole of last year I saw that. And I'm like, that's nothing. Nothing. And now it's like people have taken and they're using this AI to like maximize and making them money for trading and writing their lesson plans, writing their um even if it's like helping them with assignments, but it's not like copy paste, not just using chat GPT only or Gemini, other AI, things. So for me, I'm like, honestly, I think being afraid, being comfortable is really, really like something that is a limiting thing for us. For me too. Like I feel like I've limited myself to where I'm like, I could do more, but maybe next time. Procrastination. Mm. Hmm. Procrastination. I'm telling you, procrastination for me is like a big, big thing. In terms of anything I've planned or told myself I'm going to do, it's like, oh, tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, or maybe in 2 hours, in 3 hours. So, part of having that plan is to also write down your plan and be very time specific, where I tell myself I need to learn something about AI before the end of May, before the end of this month. Part of my biggest challenge, I think, is this app right here. YouTube has been the hardest platform for me to grow. Hardest. I keep saying this. And then I just get distracted and I leave it. I get discouraged. Because, for example, like if I was live on the other apps, it would be not one person watching, not two people watching, talking about the same thing, not two people watching. But for YouTube, it's like YouTube is not easy. YT is not easy at all. And I salute anybody who like is been so consistent on this app. I salute them. For me, this is the my third year on this app, still not monetized. Third year. I have eaten money from the other apps, but here, the third year. Who do I blame for that? I blame me because I'm not consistent. I don't have a plan for YT, you know? And I keep saying, I'll do it, and then something happens. But anyway, that notwithstanding, that's not my goal here today. My goal here today is to let us know that we can be more purposeful. We can be people who are purposeful in our relationships, in us being parents, in us being friends, in our social circles, in our religious affiliations. We can be more purposeful. Let me give you guys another example. This past weekend, we went for a gala, and The people who were organizing the gala, I saw the same faces the following day, organizing again in church, changing the signs, doing, I'm like, it's the same faces, it's the same people. For a church that is over 1,500, almost 2,000 members, but you just see the same handful of people. It's the same 5, 6 faces you see. It's the same ushers you see. It's the same people volunteering in the choir. How come? Like, you can find a congregation of over 2,000 people, but only a handful are purposeful in seeing that everything is done the way it should be done. Mm. you know, like it's very challenging, honestly, where personally I know, like, I have told myself I need to be more purposeful. Like I said yesterday, purposeful in whatever I do, giving myself up. If I see, and I have really tried to do that. Honestly, I have really changed on that part, where if I hear or I see that there's a need for people somewhere, I will volunteer my time and go. Volunteering my time and go. Being purposeful in growing what I hold dear in my heart. If it's my religious affiliation, then if I hold it close to my heart, I want to make sure I see that it succeeds, that I will sing at the choir, that if they need people for the children's ministry, I will be there. That if they need people to go clean and do this, I will be there. That they need dishes to be uh, people to volunteer and cook something, I will volunteer and do it and cook what I can. And if I can't, then I'm going to buy it and bring it, because I have enjoyed it. I have enjoyed people doing it for me. So how about now? I try and jump in and also do it, you know? So I intend to be more purposeful. I don't know how and what you purpose yourself to do, but my question and my goal is to just remind us, be more purposeful, be very intentional in your relationships. And as I finish, I think the other points, let me see, I think I had written my points down. See, like being purposeful, putting down my thoughts, and when I'm coming to talk, is just not ranting, you know. The last thing is just prioritizing everything. In a day, we have 24 good hours. What's the first hour? What's your priority for the day? Because you already have your goal. What's your priority? Being purposeful is having priorities, and your top priorities have to be done first. I remember one time we had a church thing that I was going, and my daughter is a teenager. And so I told her, hey, let's go. We have a church meeting in such and such's house. And she said, well, I don't think I'll be able to go. And I said, why? And she said, because I need to study. And I said, well, this is Friday. We still have Saturday and Sunday for you to do that. And she said, well, I don't know what Saturday and Sunday will bring, but because I have time today, I need to get my studying done today. I need to prioritize my studying first. Do you think I could say no to that? I was like, okay, enjoy your studying. She prioritized studying. And that is it. Like, you have to prioritize what is most important for you to be more purposeful. We cannot be purposeful if we don't have priorities. For real. Like, yeah, we have to be purposeful. And she said, I have to make a good decision for myself. So someone can look at it to be, oh, that's a little selfish. But I don't think so, because she was right. Saturday, we had a different activity that we were doing that took so much time. So she didn't have that much time to study. And Sunday, because of church and we had other activities to do on Sunday, she could not be able to do it. So Part of being purposeful is prioritizing. You have to have a plan. You prioritize your time. And before acting in anything, before you act, pause and think. Before you make a big life decision, pause and be like, Gladys, do I really need to do this? Do I really need to purchase this? Do I really need to go here? You know, purposing your time, prioritizing. And before you act, think. I don't see your comments, guys. Are we together? Like, am I making sense? Ginger, lemon, honey, tea. Just I put it in the fridge and just drinking it, enjoying it cold. It's so refreshing. So refreshing. These days I've been purposing myself to not buy store-bought juices and to reduce my milk intake. So I still drink milk because of calcium, age calcium. But yeah. And like I said, boiling is in my stove. If you can hear my stove going, that's I'm making some pineapple tea from the pineapple skin. That's what I'm doing. But yeah. And then as I finish, when you have your plan for the day, you have to of course come back and be like, okay, I finished my day, I finished my Monday. Now let me check in and see, okay, my Monday is done. What was my goal for the day? Did I achieve my goal? Yes. Did I do this? Halfway done. I was supposed to write my resume. Did I finish writing my resume? No. What do I need? Excuse me. So we have to always, be very purposeful people. Good people. Purpose driven life, honestly. Because at the end of the day, if we are not purposeful, it will be living without a plan. And like I said, not having a plan is planning to fail. And that's how come most of us are not succeeding in our jobs. You're not the top performer because you have no plan. You find these other people I have seen. Like, I remember when I started my new job, there was a lady I looked at and I was like, by, I promise you guys, by, I think the second month, in my head, I had already said, you know what? If we are to select whoever is going to be the best teacher of the year, she will be the one. By the second month, I could already see that because of how she was there. She was like, if anybody's needed to do something, she's there. If something is being said, she has a plan. The schedule, she's there. She's on top of, she's keeping up with her schedule. She's keeping up with her students, her parents. She's keeping up with even us as the staff. Birthdays, my goodness, that would be the teacher who's celebrating everybody. You walk in and there's decorations in your room and as little as she can, afford, but it's something. She's done something. Or even mobilizing all of us to celebrate somebody. She was the one. If maybe we are having an activity where setup is needed, she's the one they are setting up. If maybe cleaning up is needed later, she's the one cleaning up. If a volunteer is needed, oh, somebody's running behind, and if somebody's there, she's there. Oh, such and such needs such a she. I was like, that will be the one. And guess what? She was the one. Purposing oneself to be the best you can be. Like, you're putting everything on the table. There's nothing more to put. Such that even if I'm not to return to, if your contract is not going to be renewed, but you have given your all, you will never go back and be like, oh, I wish I could have, there are no wishes. That even if today is my last day on earth, I have lived it to the best of my ability, to my, to my level best. So, purpose driven life. Have a plan. Have a plan. And never look like, let's not be easily swayed from our plan. Let's not be easily swayed from our purpose, because we always have to have a purpose in life. And I know that it's not easy. Sometimes it gets hard. I'm not saying that it's easy. It's not. But it can be done. As I finish, let me give you guys the last example, and then I'll be out of your hair. The last example is consistency. I have seen, again, I'll give an example of somebody I work with. This teacher is the one who is consistently on time. You're sure you're gonna get them there. It's not like, oh, maybe she's here. No, maybe she's not. Oh, maybe every day, consistently there on time every day. So part of being consistent means that you show up. Show up. And when you're showing up, you're just not there. Your presence is felt and your absence is louder. Does that make sense? Like, when you're there, your presence is felt, so that when you're not present, your absence is felt. That is what to be purposeful means. It means that when Gladys is there, she is so purposeful, she's present, she's doing it. And then when Gladys is not there, everybody will be like, you know what? Gladys is not there. Because I am purposing to be present, I am purposing to be there, and purposing to do everything that I intend to do. That when I'm in a group and I'm supposed to do something, I'm there, present, doing it actively. If I'm making sense, please put a thumbs up. That on being purposeful, I see people are coming in and going out, but my goal here today is to say that you have to be purposeful in life. Don't ever be swayed or, you get sidetracked. Do not be sidetracked. Okay? And so as I finish, let me take you guys to the kitchen. Let's see. Like, this channel is cooking and talking and growing, and we're going to do all those because they all are me. I like to teach. I like to cook. I like trips. And yeah, I have a couple of trips. Summer, I'm planning a couple of things. So God willing, we are going to do that. So please leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs up, so that I know you can hear me and that you can understand everything that I'm talking about today about being purposeful. So let's go to the kitchen and let's learn something little about tea. I think I had mentioned it. Excuse me, I had mentioned it in person, but I'm gonna make sure I show you the tea. So let's see. Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? Where are you watching me from? Please let me know where you're watching me from. Thank you for coming and thank you for listening to my my little talk. It was about being purposeful. And yeah, let's see. Let's go here and let's see. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Where are you watching me from? Where are you watching me from today? Yeah, where are you watching me from? Huh? Thank you for watching, and yeah, I really appreciate it. I see one person, I see a couple of people going and coming. I'm using the computer for to see the comments, because the comments there are on a widescreen. It's not too clear, so that's what I'm doing here. But yeah, thank you so much for coming and watching, and thank you for the comments. Yeah, I think it's clear. So let's go to the kitchen so I can show you. Was there any question that I missed? Let me see. Hi, what you making? What you making? That looks tasty. Yes, this is really tasty. It's like I said, ginger, ginger with lemon and some honey, and it's very good. Um, you can enjoy it warm or cold. I put it in the fridge, so I'm enjoying it cold. And yeah, very nice, very refreshing. You can even make it hot and then put ice if you like it cold. Actually, it reminds me of ginger beer. Yeah. And what I discovered is when you're doing the ginger, the best way to do it is to pound it. Don't make um don't make the, like, you know how like you cut the ginger. The best way is to pound the ginger. When you pound the ginger, it becomes like it releases the juices better, because it's like you're squishing out all the juices from the fibers. But when you cut, you still have them interlocked. Does that make sense? So like pound the ginger, and then I'll boil it. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, it is so good. And the ginger, if you're in the US, the big uh what are they called? Fingers? Are they ginger fingers or cloves? They're not as potent or as strong as the smaller ones. So the smaller the ginger, the more stronger they are. So yeah, make sure when you're doing the ginger, make sure you're pound your ginger before you boil it. It releases all the juices, and it's so good. So I'm going to take you guys to the kitchen. I hope I won't drop you guys. Yeah, good. I was taking out the charger. So let's go to the kitchen. Let me show you the tea that I'm doing. Like I said, these days I have decided to be very purposeful in what I eat. So it will be a little dark for a second. Put the light on. Put the light on. Just be patient. Be patient. So here we are. We are boiling some. I think I need to put you up, huh? Yeah, yeah. So here, I'm gonna be back a little. Ah, back a little. Will you start? Yeah, perfect. All right. So here in my stove, I have boiling pineapple. I have pineapple skin with cinnamon. Pineapple skin with cinnamon. So let me tell you guys, pineapple has so many advantages. Like, you will not believe it. Um, I used to throw away the skin, and then I started boiling for tea, pineapple tea. Ah, friends, the pineapple tea. If you want to, like, have something that's refreshing and not too sugary, don't waste your pineapple skin anymore. And then what I like to do is I like to put a little bit of cinnamon, and then sometimes I put cloves. You can put whatever spices you want. I think I'll add. So this was my ginger. This is where I had boiled the ginger and lemon, right? So I'll let it finish boiling here because it had boiled just one time. And remember, like I told you, for your, see, for your ginger, pound, pound your ginger. Don't like if you have a mortar and pestle, pound it for best results. This is a mortar and a pestle. You pound it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So pound and then let it like it. You see how the last of my drink, you can see the color. See that? This container is clear, but see how the ginger, you can see the color? Because it's released all the ginger out. So always, whenever you're using ginger, just make sure mortar pestle, pound, and then boil it. And when you're boiling the ginger, give it time, let it boil, and then you can take out, like the strong one, add a little bit more water, and then boil it again because it's very, very strong. And make sure it's a small ginger, not the big ones, like I said, the small ones. So that's what I like to do. And then for the lemon, I just squeeze the lemon. I don't let, once I squeeze, so let me show you guys. I squeezed this already. I squeezed the lemon already. This is just the rind. I let it boil because it's already washed, it's good. It releases all that good stuff, you know. But I like my lemon fresh. Um I don't boil the lemon. I'll boil it when it's like that. But the lemon itself, the lemon juice, once I squeeze the lemon juice, I put it aside and then I mix it in the drink so that it's nice and fresh. And then I have both the boiled lemon and then the liquid lemon. Does that make sense? If you understand, thumbs up. Yes. So, yeah, that is what we are doing here, good people. Being purposeful in what we eat. Because we only have one body. May I only have one body. One, like this. One body. So I have to take good care of it. So we're about to be here for a full hour. And if you don't have any questions, I think I will let you all go. Maybe we need to come live again and I cook something because I like that my stand is very nice and long. Actually, I can even lengthen it more, no? Let's see if I can lengthen it more. I can. Yeah, I think I can lengthen it so much more. So yeah, I like it. And actually, let me put it straight up. Yeah, I like it. So yeah. So like I said, the lemon, let it boil. Not lemon, but pineapple tea. That's what we're going to drink. Pineapple tea. After supper or after dinner, and then yeah, I'll be good to go. So if you guys don't have any questions, I will beg to go. I will come back with. I want to do. I want to make. My plan for supper is pilau. I'll do pilau, and I think I'll do sweet potato. Sweet potato, because I know my daughter likes sweet potato, so I think I'll do sweet potato. And what else was I planning on cooking? Yeah, maybe one more thing. But if I'm able to cook on live, I'll bring you guys. Or maybe I could do pila. I could do samosa because I still have samosa nyama. I still have the beef, so maybe I can do that. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. And let's continue to be very purposeful and to be very intentional in what we do. And part of being purposeful is be present. Make a plan. Follow your plan. Come back and look and see, have I achieved everything I need to do? And don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to try, okay? With that, good people, let me let you go. We will come back this month, this May. I purpose that this May I am monetized. That's my purpose. May monetize Gladys. So right at 1 hour and 12 minutes. So thank you, good people. Be blessed. Thank you for subscribing and for watching. Until the next one,